Deebo Samuel, the news comes out, he wants to be traded. Guess what? And I heard this from a very good source. Not most, every team in the league made a phone call or an inquiry either to San Francisco or to Samuel's agent. You think that happens all the time. It doesn't. Every team is looking for a Deebo Samuel, a guy that he's a 2-for-1. He can run it, he can catch it. He's 3-for-1. He can run it, he can catch it, he can run it after he catches it. Might be a 4-for-1 if he can block. Hell, can he throw it? I don't know. But Deebo Samuel, to me, he's the guy that everybody in the NFL is focused on getting, even though there's a draft coming up. Here we are in Indianapolis. We got a Deebo Samuel. We just got a dumb coach. Frank Reich, my backside. Nyheim Hines is Deebo Samuel. Nyheim Hines can run it. He did last year, 300-some yards. He can catch it. He did last year, 300-some yards. He can run it after he catches it, and he's got Olympic speed. But our coaches at Indianapolis don't know their backside from third base. Wait, is this my backside or is this third base? It's got a dimple. Deebo Samuel, whenever you're somebody everybody wants, when your skill set is what everybody wants, then you the man. Then you are the top, in the top 5, most important. You know who most of the top 5 are. They're mostly quarterbacks, but I said mostly. There's one in there that isn't. All right, number 4. Probably should be higher, but I'm a little tired of Aaron Rodgers. I'm a little tired of Aaron Rodgers. I get it. You know, he's older. He's an older statesman. He drinks his scotch. Aaron Rodgers could really use a Super Bowl. And that's so unfair. So incredibly unfair. Seriously. I mean, do you know how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl? Do you know how much work goes in? Not only you, the scouts, the general manager, the coaching staff, the position coaches, the assistant to the position coaches, the guys on the field. And I think you multiply it by 3 to 5 playing in Green Bay. I just do. Now you're playing for an organization that has never drafted a wide receiver during your career. Now you've lost your best wide receiver in Adams. I don't know. But as a personality, Aaron Rodgers should probably be second. But I think the two guys that are ahead of him, the first guy is undeniable, number 1. But Aaron Rodgers could really use a Super Bowl. The thing about Aaron Rodgers is he's kind of a career maker. You know, Mike McCarthy wins a Super Bowl. It's the only reason his fat ass is sitting right there with Jerry Jones and Jerry Jones' son as I turn on Get Up. And, of course, the Dallas Cowboys are being talked about because that's the most popular team. And Mike McCarthy right there is being talked about. And they have the 24th pick. It's not like they have the first pick or 5th pick. They're just always talked about. And Aaron Rodgers made Mike McCarthy. We're going to see if Aaron Rodgers has made any of these wide receivers. I would argue that Aaron Rodgers coming after Brett Favre is the greatest follow-up act in the history of football. You can give me others, but let me tell you something. People are smart. People know that you don't have to go to the football game anymore. You can watch it on your monster TV with your beer right there. But they go every day. They fill up Lambeau Field. We take it for granted. What would happen if they went 7-10? What would happen if they went 5-12, 4-13? I don't know. Would you still sit out there in the freezing? Aaron Rodgers has taken it from here, made it here, and kept everything in Green Bay. Probably should be up higher. Number 3, one of the reasons Aaron Rodgers isn't up higher is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is really, in many ways, the non-Tom Brady face of football. Patrick Mahomes, with a little bit of this, with a little bit of that, has changed the dynamic of football. I was talking to Sean Salisbury, who is the best, I believe, or at least I've heard, quarterback trainer in the country. Kids come from all over. And Sean talks about it. Of course, kids want to make those throws, the no-look pass. Of course they do. But when Sean talks, he goes, look, we got to teach that now because guys doing it Think about this. You used to watch a quarterback's eyes, and next thing you know, you're throwing it to the right side as I'm looking left. It's important to be able to do. Why is it important to be able to do? Because Patrick Mahomes and now others have made it important to do. Patrick Mahomes' success, fantastic. You know, has he won every Super Bowl? No, he's won one Super Bowl, been to a couple, been MVP. When you turn on the TV, you turn it on to see Patrick Mahomes. And by all accounts, unlike his D-bag brother, Patrick Mahomes is a great dude. Having Patrick Mahomes as the face of the NFL, which he probably will be a year from now, is utterly fantastic. His team is always good. His team is always entertaining. He always conducts himself well. And he's young enough that he appeals and has kind of a cool smile about him that he appeals to people. I don't think anybody would argue. I don't think anybody would argue that Patrick Mahomes as a third player, in the top five. You can argue these however you want. But I'm just telling you, I think Patrick Mahomes is one of those guys that will be the face of this league if he isn't already. All right, let's go to number 2, Aaron Donald. What? Here's why I say Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, when I watched the parade after the Super Bowl, when I watched him on the field after the Super Bowl, I said to myself, this is the Tom Brady of linemen. Here's what I mean by that. When Aaron Donald walks into the room, and that room can be the conference room with the entire team, that room could be just the defense, or that room could be just the defensive lineman. That room could also be a boardroom in LA, New York, Chicago, Stad, I don't care. Aaron Donald commands your attention. And he does it with a quiet confidence. He does it with a quiet sincerity. Now, that is massive. That is uber important. You want to know the reason Kevin Garnett never really took off until now, kind of as an OG? Because when they won a championship, he acted like an idiot. He started screaming like a fool on national TV. People are like, great, it's a 12-year-old. Aaron Donald wins a world championship, and he's with his kids, rips off his shirt at the parade, so he shows that he's fun, has a quiet, I will straighten this out, my team will be good air about him that I absolutely love and respect. Never met the man. He's one of the few people in sports that I do hope to meet. I think that much of him because he's sincere. He's a badass player. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he is a bad, bad man. I mean, Aaron Donald can go get it done. When you ask NFL folk about who is the number one defensive Ambien player, meaning I got to pop 3 Ambiens to sleep before I play this guy, that guy is Aaron frickin' Donald. And then he showed what a great time he is by ripping off his shirt. And oh, by the way, when I saw what he was packing underneath that shirt, I don't want him hitting me. So I'm playing nice. I am. But I think he's the second most important person in the NFL. I really do. I think the first and the most important player in the NFL is Tom Brady. Let me explain something to you. The NFL is year-round. And the NFL isn't year-round because the analysts on your TV stations are that interesting. They're not. The NFL is year-round because we love the game of the NFL. And nobody impacted the game over the last however many years than Tom Brady. Let me tell you about what I wanted in Indy when they were looking for a quarterback. They ended up with Phillip Rivers. Fine. Phillip Rivers was Tom Brady light. I said this, Tom Brady walks into your city, you become a football city. Indianapolis is not a football city. Indianapolis thinks, and I say this all the time, that cap space and draft choices as described to them by 12-year-olds in the media make your football team. They call it nuanced. It's nuanced. You wouldn't understand. Fine. You know what I do understand? One thing, and one thing only in the NFL, winning. That's it. You got 17 games. I don't care if you do it with the first pick in the draft. I don't care if you do it with a free agent from Guam. Don't care. Well, their draft choices weren't very good. Well, I don't care. They just went 12-5 and got to the Super Bowl. Well, we don't have much cap space. You know what we did? We went, and got Von Miller. We went, and got Odell Beckham. We went, and won the frickin' Super Bowl.